You just hit 60, or maybe you're just coming back to the game after a very long break, or maybe you're just extremely poor. Well, I've got the perfect video for Season of Discovery Phase 5 heading into Phase 6 to make as much money as possible. I keep seeing comments all over the place from people like Mad Herc saying, "Man, this game is expensive, I need to make some money." Well, the first thing you're going to do on your Fresh 60 immediately, the BRM Dailies. Super easy, nobody's going to do a gear check, so you can just join any existing group in the Thorium Point area, and you're going to be good to go. So you've been doing those for a few days, you maybe got 100 gold or so. How do we ramp things up? Well, we're going to do the easiest level 60 dungeons that are possibly available. That's Upper Blackrock Spire, Lower Blackrock Spire, Blackrock Depths. Nobody's going to do a gear check on any of these dungeons. So you walk in, you're getting loot that you can use in Molten Core later on. You're getting Tarnished Undermine Reals, you can turn it at Pix and Booty Bay. Not only for BIS and pre-BIS gear that some people are still using in Phase 5, but also for the damage supply crates. The average damage supply crate, which costs 5 Tarnished Undermine Reals, is anywhere between 15 to 30 gold worth of items, so extremely worth farming these. So as you're doing those lobby dungeons, why not take a break? Do some fishing like Mitch, like James over here. Fishing right now is super niche, nobody's doing it, so the profit-making potential is very high. Also, it just doesn't have any gear requirements, unlike pretty much every other gold farm. So as we're on our fishing break, this is also where we are hitting the auction house for some pre-biz gear as well. Now, the things you want to buy are things that are going to pay dividends all the way through your journey. So things like the Onyxia Scale Cloak. You're not just using that for pre-biz, you're using that for Molten Core, for Blackwing Lair. You could probably even walk into AQ40 with an Onyxia Scale Cloak, and nobody would really complain. I would also look into those tier 0.5 pieces you can get on the auction house for your class. So for my priest, the Devout pieces, the glove, the bracer, the belt. These are like 3 to 4 gold for every class, and they're pretty much pre-BIS. With that extra amount of gear, we are finally comfortable enough to do some of those really lucrative dungeons. The Scholomance, the Stratholme, the Diremaw. And starting with Scholomance, the reason this is such an amazing dungeon to farm, you're getting the most efficient Tarnished Undermine Reals in the entire game. So if you want to get those boxes, if you want to get pre-BIS gear, this is the most efficient way to do it. On top of Skolo, we also have Stratholme, and pound for pound, minute for minute, this might just be the most efficient gold farm in the entire game. The reason Stratholme is so amazing, and Strat Live, Strat Dead, is that you're getting through everything in about 45 minutes. You're going to get all these Tarnished Undermine Reals, enough for at least 2 supply crates, and you're also getting Righteous Orbs. And on my server, the Righteous Orbs are 60 gold each. If you just do Stratholme every single day, you get a Righteous Orb, you get 2 boxes. You would be making over 2,500 gold every single month like clockwork. That is fantastic for your time spent. With some gear on your character, maybe some drip, as the kids would say, this is the time to go out there and actually do some gold farms on the side. This doesn't have to be your main activity, but things like the turtles and hinterlands, I have been told by a bunch of people, like, how are you? This is the secret spot to farm a ton of golden pearls. So the turtles, they melt like butter, but we're not eating them. Instead, you're just farming them for golden pearls directly. They also have clams that have a chance to give golden pearls as well. The pearls have dropped under 40 gold each, but this is still one of the very best gold farms. Let's say the pearl farm is killing you though. Why not go for some rep farming instead? Everybody on every character needs maxed out ZG rep, or at least revered so you can use the potions. The thing is, ZG rep is incredibly slow and painstaking to get. That's why bijous and coins are so valuable. It's not helped by the fact that most guilds are skipping the trash in ZG to get through the runs faster. But what are you supposed to do? You need bijous, right? Well, that is where bijou farming and rep farming come in. You can join any number of these pugs. They have 1 tank, 2 healers, maybe 7 to 8 DPS, and you can definitely make these groups yourself as well if nobody's doing it. You do an entire clear of the Zulg rub trash, takes about 45 to 50 minutes. You're getting 5, 6 bijous, a bunch of coins as well. In my case, in one of my runs, I got a very valuable epic too, so there's all sorts of greens you can get on the ground that they might just sell in the auction house for big profit as well, so there's tons dropping all the time. If you're getting overwhelmed by all the profit you're making too, you're making say 50, 60, 70 gold an hour, well, you can use this weak aura below the video to automatically need on every single bijou, every single coin, to really just make this incredibly relaxing. So with your newfound wealth, this is the time to look on this Wowhead link I'll put below the video for fire resistance gear you can buy cheaply so you can get into that next Molten Core run. But instead of just joining a pug molten core, I would highly recommend you go on the WoW forums, you go on your server Discord, and you find an existing guild that is happy to take you. See, a lot of the top guilds, they're only doing molten core for Ragnaros and for the bindings they can get for the Thunder Fury. The thing is, you can come and join their guild. They're going to be so thrilled to have a new member, and they're going to give you all the tier gear. So you could literally walk into molten core like my hunter did and walk out 3 hours later at most with 5-6 pieces of new gear that nobody else wanted. It would have just been disenchanted. If you join a guild too, you can really take advantage of the fact that most guilds, the people in the guilds only want the idols from ZG, which means you can go in and take all the ZG pieces that aren't idols and really make out like a bandit. Also, don't forget your Thunderan, your Onyxia, and world bosses too. They're going to give you the Tarnished Undermine Reals. So you're saying, okay, maybe Kazac's not really worth my time anymore. Well, you're getting pre-bis gear or bis gear in some cases, and you're also getting nearly a full supply crate, so that's another 15-30 gold just for your time. So in between all your raids, you could be fishing, you could be doing dungeon runs, you could be doing things like Diremaw jump runs like Radical Ewok does. There are so many things you could be doing in between all your raids. Speaking of Diremaw though, one thing I did recently that was incredibly lucrative is I got a group together and we ran through Diremaw and we cleared out the whole thing so I could sell people buffs. And I'm telling you, people that sell buffs in Diremaw, they make 300, 400 gold a night easily. So it's using a bit of creativity. You see, okay, everybody has to get world buffs. How can I profit from this process? Everybody needs raid consumes. How can I profit from this process? A similar idea would be Frostmaw Echoes. People need Frostmaw Echoes for their bis consumes. They need Juju Embers as well. They need Winterfall Echoes. Why not put together a group or join a group farming Echoes? That's another way to make a ton of money very easily. The only thing I'd want to caution you on is maybe not to stockpile Tarnished Undermine Reals, because I do think the items inside of them have peaked in terms of value, especially because there's a very solid chance we get heroic dungeons in Phase 6, which will really print out those damage supply crates. At this point, you are as caught up as I am. You are doing the raid every single week, and you're getting ready for Phase 6. You're stockpiling those idols in ZG. That's what a lot of people are doing. You're stockpiling money. Maybe at this point, you're using all that extra gold you have to boost new characters, or you're using the gear you have to actually boost other people's characters. Or you could raid log or practice for hardcore if they're doing a hardcore fresh. But the point is, this game has so many ways to make money and so many ways to catch up, so there's really no excuses. I would love to hear one last time for Phase 5, your favorite gold maker. Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more Phase 6 guides coming extremely soon. Next, check out the crazy video on Phase 6 confirmed features coming soon.